So, Termite Swarm. It is a uncommon instant. Termite Swarm. All enemy fronts take 2 damage. Defense does not apply. This would cost 4. The only enemy front right now that I have is Zibbler Casino, so that's the only one that it could affect. So I don't think they'd want to do that just yet. And then the other card they pulled is a common upgrade, a gun turret. For 2 influence, you see our influence icon is a little different on the upgrades. It costs 2 to play the gun turret. If they spend 2, they can play this card to their auxiliary area. What's the auxiliary area? Well, imagine, let's see if I can get the draw tool out here. Imagine there is a area right here next to their player board. They have 3 slots in here. 1, 2, 3, something like that, in which they can play either upgrades, downgrades, or the other thing they can also play is cards to the auxiliary. And what that means is they could play a card from their hand by paying the cost. So if they wanted to put Jimmy the Nose in here, they could pay 6 and put it down here into an auxiliary slot. What that does is, first of all, the other players don't know what that card is. So your auxiliary cards you can either flip up whenever you want and move them onto a front, or you can sacrifice them, consume them. As a cosmic being, you consume their life force to gain 6 influence on a future turn, or you can consume them to get a +6 bonus to a seize roll. So that's the whenever you try to seize a front, you can get +6 in case you really want to get a front in this case. Or the final option you can do with the auxiliary card is re-roll 6, in this case, whatever their influence is, amount of dice on their turn. So they could do 6 re-rolls if they want. They could re-roll 6 individual dice, I should say. So if they wanted to re-roll 6 individual dice, they could do that. But of course, they would have to consume them, which would put them in the, get them out of the game, and then they wouldn't be able to use them again. So that's the different ways you can use the auxiliary area. And then another use for your auxiliary section, you have 3 slots here, as I described earlier, this is also where you play your upgrades too. And if players have downgrades, which kind of penalizes some aspect of your play, they would play them to your auxiliary as well. But you can only have 3 cards down here at a time. So that is where the upgrade goes. So if he paid 2 influence, he could throw his gun turret down here in his auxiliary, and whenever they like, you would activate it to do whatever the ability is. So in this case, target enemy goon at any front takes 2 damage. So if he paid 1 influence, the activation cost, this player could do 2 damage to any goon, enemy goon, at any front. We did the draw phase for him. Then we do the influence phase, so we reset our influence to 10, and then we'll do the restore phase, so remove any exhaust tokens on any cards that he controls. Alright, I think that's the only one that he had out there. Okay, and then we'll do the action and deploy phase, so that is the phase in which he will spend 2 because of this little number here. Future versions will probably have the same sort of symbol here, but for now, this is the old version. We use 2 influence to use this, so -2 influence. Let's him throw this down into his first slot of his auxiliary, and he still has 8 influence to play cards from his hand. Let's see. He probably doesn't want me to take the Zibbler Casino and Resort. because it's worth so many points. So he's probably going to try to stop that, although Elaine Zibbler has proven to be kind of scary. So I think he will play one of these bigger cards that he has here. And it looks like he'll play Mickey Stripes. So Mickey Stripes costs 6. He is a bodyguard with 5 chance and 4 combat and 2 damage per turn. So we'll go ahead and minus 6 more. He can play it to any front he would like. He is going to play here to Elaine Zibbler, and since it just came out, it gets an exhaust token on it. And again, it does not come out exhausted after the first turn. Bad VP. He has 2 influence left. Doesn't have any other cards to do influence with. He has Fats Gillespie out here, so Fats could do some goon actions. And I think he probably will try to do that. Let's see, his combat is 4, so not too bad. He will try to attack Draco. Here we go. 4 chances, 4 combat. So 4 6-sided dice. Let's get the dice gathered up. And he has a 4 combat, so he needs to get a 3 or lower on his combat rolls. Wow. That's pretty good. He got 3 aces, so that's 3 successes. He does 1 damage per success, so that's 3 damage, and these are aces, so they get to re-roll them. Failed on that one, but he got another ace, giving him 4 successes for 4 damage, and he gets to re-roll the ace, giving him 4 successes for 4 damage to Draco here. Draco has 10 health, so he's not dead, but he does take 3 plus. Tabletop Simulator. Why you gotta be difficult like this? He does take 4 damage, however. So I'll put these right here somewhere on his card. So we know that this guy has 4 wounds. He's got 6 more wounds before he's dead. But that was a pretty good turn, I would say, for Fats. So that was his attack option. He could move to another front. He still has that option. But I think he'll hold his ground here and hope that my guy does not retaliate. All right. So there we go. That is the end of the second turn. All right, that was the end of the second turn. We go to the reputation phase now. And does anybody control any fronts? Nope, because there's a goon there, goon there. Nobody has more fronts than anybody else. I do control the Baker Street Rec Center here. Though I forgot to put my token on it looks like. So let me grab one of those real quick. But I control this since I'm the only goon here. So I will get 3 points for controlling that. 3 reputation. Boom, boom, boom. And again, if we were doing this manually, we would just move our cube up to the 3. And then I do not control Zibbler anymore because he's got Mickey Stripes there blocking me from from controlling it. So nobody controls this one. All I got was the 3 reputation from that match. Oh, and I forgot we killed Pretty Face here. Whenever you kill a goon, as you can see on the chart here, you get 2 influence as well. So I'm actually at 5 influence. So 5 to 4 now at the beginning of the third turn. And again, we go back to our phases of play. We are going to draw until I have 5 cards. So once again, I will draw up to 5. That is 4. And this is 5. Another instant. We'll take a look at this instant. It's a common instant. The Bones of the Fallen does X damage to any target, where X equals the number of goons in your morgue. Defense still applies. So this isn't very effective right now because I have no goons in my morgue, thankfully. So this isn't a very effective card at the moment. So that was my draw phase. Next we'll go to our influence phase. So we go back up to 10. There we go. And then we go to the restore phase. Remove all exhaust tokens from my goons. And if my fronts were exhausted, we would remove those as well. Okay, that is the restore phase. And now we're back to the action and deploy phase. And again, you can either do actions first or deploy or a mix between the two. It's up to you. I kind of teeter back and forth. In this case, I think I will do the actions first because I'm going to heavy lane Zibbler attack Mickey Stripes here. And again, try to control this juicy front. I want my casino, man. It's the Zibbler Casino and Resort. This is Elaine Zibbler. She's the leader of the Zibbler Follies. She wants her casino back. This silly guy isn't letting her take it back. All right, so 6 chances, and we're doing regular combat, so we need 5s or lower. And she is favored, so she gets aces on 1s and 2s. So this is a pretty good turn. She got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, and per success she does 2 damage, so that's 8 damage already. But Mickey has 2 defense, so he would take 6 damage, but it doesn't matter. He would still die because the amount of wound tokens he would receive is higher than his health of 4. If I wanted to, I could overkill and re-roll these dice since they did roll aces, but we won't do that. We'll be nice. I mean, he's already dead, so another one of his goons go to the graveyard. So drop him in there. Whenever you kill an enemy goon, you get 2 influence. All right, and we are once again in control of this place. Elaine will just continue to eat whatever comes her way. All right, so that was Elaine's turn. Sizzlong. Do I want Sizzlong to do anything? Or do I want to keep him here to collect 3 points, provided my enemy does not challenge me here? I think we'll keep him there, so I'm not going to do anything with him. Draco is definitely going to attack Fats Gillespie. So Draco has a chance 3, combat 4. So that's 3 dice. 3 of the 6-sided dice, and the combat of 4 means a 3, 2, or 1. That wasn't a roll. Come on. That's actually a roll, Tabletop Simulator. Wow, and no successes. The combat is 4, and you got a 6, a 6, and a 5. So those are all above Draco's combat. So that is no bueno. He missed. I have another action. I could move if I wanted to get out of there, but I don't think I will. So I will leave that there. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm just going to bring out Ming Wu. He costs 6. All right. We shall throw Ming Wu out here. That does put me in control, since I have 2 goons there now, and my enemy only has 1. I control this, and now I'm going to spend 1 to use this front's ability, which is all friendly goons stationed here remove 6 wounds. So spend 1 influence, exhaust the front so I can't use it again, and I get to remove 6 wounds. He only has 4, but now they're gone. So take that, other player. I got 3 influence left. Bones of the Fallen. Again, I can't really play that, so my turn is done. It goes back over here to my enemy player, draw until they have 5 cards. Okay, let's do that. Let's go ahead and draw up to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more card. Again, a bunch more goons. Okay. And then after we draw, we do our influence, bringing us to back up to 10 influence. And then we'll do our restore phase, which unexhaust, remove 1 exhaust token from all of your things that you control. Okay. Okay, and then after that, we do the action and deploy phase. All right, so let's see here. We got our 5 cards. What do we want to do? What would they do on this side of the table? Well, I still control Zibbler Casino and Resort here, so they probably don't want me to do that still. So who would they send out here? Who would they send out? I think Carl Rash is a pretty good target here. He has a 5 combat with 5 chance, and he does 2 damage per success. So I think they spend 3 influence. So I'll go right over here, 3 influence, just like so. And they'll play Carl out here. And then that was when you deploy a goon out to a front for the first time after the first round, that is, that move out, that deployment costs a movement, the movement action. So Carl Rash actually has another action that he can do now that he's out. So he is going to immediately attack my Elaine Zibbler here to try to get her off of this front here. So he has 5 chance. So that's 5d6. Let's go ahead and grab those. All right, shake them up, roll the dice. I tell you what, Tabletop Simulator is great. I mean, it's let me do this whole thing here, but man, their dice rolling leaves a little to be desired. It's not that great. But saying that, we got pretty good rolls here for Carl Rash. So his combat is 5. So we need anything below a 5 is a hit, and I think that might end Elaine Zibbler's reign here. So that's already 5 successes for 10 damage. She only has 8 health. So I would be doing more wound tokens to Elaine Zibbler than she has total health, so she is dead. So I'm going to throw her into my graveyard. That was a pretty fierce move. And now, unfortunately, my opponent is now in charge of this place for now. So they can throw their token on there to let me know that they are in control, and Carl Rash is exhausted. All right, well, he only cost 3. They still have 7 points left. So let's see. They might go ahead and try to throw down a bodyguard here to protect Carl Rash, because bodyguard over here, if we look at our talents, bodyguard is right here. This goon must be attacked first if stationed with friendly goons. Friendly goons stationed with them are also immune to assassins, drive-by snipers, and targeted front or upgrade abilities. So, yeah, they will spend 6 influence, bringing them down to 1 influence left to play Jimmy the Nose, the bodyguard. He will go right there. That was 1 action to deploy him down. He would have another action if I so chose to use another action, but I don't think I will this turn. I think he'll just kind of sit there and try to protect Carl Rash. So that leaves my enemy player with 1 influence, which he can't play any of his other cards here, so he will pass his turn. Oh, wait, nope, no, he will, because he has Fats Gillespie here. Can't forget Fats Gillespie. Fats Might try to attack one of my dudes here. Yeah, Fats is going to attack Ming Wu. Fats has a chance 4, combat 4. So again, that is 4 dice. Let's roll them. All right, and if it drops, there it goes. Combat of 4. So anything below a 4 is a success. So that's 2 successes. So for each success, he does 1 damage, since his damage is 1, meaning he did 2 damage to Ming Wu here. So Ming Wu has 4 health, so he's still alive. So let me grab one of these, or actually let me grab one of the 2. Let's throw that one down. We'll grab a 2 token, 2 wound token, and throw that right here on Ming Wu to let us know that he has 2 wounds. And since Fats is here, I still have 2 goons here. I have the most goons at this front, so I still control this front. So I think that will do it for my enemy's turn. Oh no, he still can do this. His gun turret, if he activates it, it only costs 1. So he's going to go ahead and spend 1 to activate the gun turret. And now the target enemy goon at any front takes 2 damage. So he's going to go ahead and do 2 more damage to Ming Wu with his gun here. So he's going to exhaust the gun now. He did 2 damage, killing Ming Wu, sending Ming Wu to the graveyard. And he killed 2 of my goons that turn, so that is 4 more influence. Again, you get 2 influence whenever you kill an enemy goon. And now I no longer have control of the Goon Memorial Hospital. It's contested at this moment in time. And since that is the end of my enemy's turn, we go to the reputation phase.